This is the main reason why Julius Malema didn't win the South Africa election. He didn't even get second, neither did he get third. He got fourth in this particular elections. Now, let's face the reality. A lot of blacks in South Africa didn't vote for Julius Malema, and some decided not to vote at all. Now, I am not surprised that Julius Malema lost this particular elections, because if you are familiar with South African politics, this wouldn't be surprised. But what surprises me is the reason why they voted against this young man. Reason number one, borderless Africa. Are you aware that a lot of blacks in South Africa are against this whole idea of Africa unity, which is quite surprising? I'm shocked that a lot of people in South Africa believe that if Africa unite, everybody is going to run to South Africa. So basically, some blacks in South Africa believe that other African countries are their main problem. This is quite shocking, because looking at the history of South Africa, we least expected to see South Africans behaving this way. Because South Africans live in a country whereby 20% of the population are Europeans, and these white guys control over 80% of the country's total resource, and yet they don't see these Europeans or white guys as their main problem. They rather see fellow Africans or black people as their main problem. South Africa is not developed because they are super smart or because they have good policies more than other African countries. South Africa is developed because the Europeans had every intention of staying there. When they went to Australia, they developed Australia because they had every intention of staying in Australia. And today, where are the Aborigines? Where are the indigenous people of Australia? You have some South Africans who voted for the DA political party, and they are telling us that, oh, the DA policies are good, blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't care the policies of DA, but it is better to be governed or misgoverned by your own people. You can sugarcoat it as much as you want, but DA is an European political party, full stop. You guys call it apartheid. If you believe so much in this Europeans, why don't you fight against apartheid? You guys call it apartheid, right? Why did you fight against it? No, I don't get it. When it comes to African liberation and independence, we all know that South Africa is young. South Africa got their independence not long ago. Other Africans sacrificed their lives. Not just Africa, but black movement across the whole world supported South Africa. And today, South Africans are voting against a Pan-African because he said he wants Africa to unite. If you're voting against Malema for other reasons, cool. Everybody's entitled to his own opinion. Everybody have the right to vote according to their conscience. But the reasons that some people are telling us, that pisses me off. Telling me that, oh, Julius Malema wants Africa unity and people are going to come to South Africa, blah, blah, blah. With or without South Africa, Africa liberation will continue. It's quite disappointing. Africa came close to unity in 2016. A lot of African countries accepted to take out our borders and unite Africa right away. South Africa stepped in and prevented the whole thing. I have reported this particular story on this platform countless number of times. Some people disagree with me when I say that when it comes to Africa unity, North Africans are not our main problem. It is we the black skin guys. Yes, you have some people in North Africa who think they are Arabs, who feel like they are Arabs. But when it comes to those who work against Africa unity, it's we the black guys. Today, look at what is happening in South Africa. In 1963, Gamal Abdel Nasser, he was Egypt president. He supported Africa unity 100%. Gamal Abdel Nasser even went to the extent of giving an Egyptian lady to Nkrumah just to have that vibe, that Pan-African vibe. All the African leaders who wanted Africa unity, they held all their meetings in Casablanca, Morocco. Morocco supported Africa unity 100%. Check the Morovia group members. They are all dark-skinned guys. William Tubman, Liberia president. Hofe Boni from Ivory Coast. Just name them. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa from Nigeria. Check. Inyerere from Tanzania. Check them. They are black-skinned guys. They prevented Africa unity in 1963. And again, The second time Africa came very close to unity again was under Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi also wanted Africa unity. Libya was doing good, but he was not comfortable. He was still not comfortable. He was still calling for Africa unity. He came from North Africa. So sorry, those of you who keep blaming North Africans, look, I don't see them as our main problem. We the dark-skinned people, we are the number one problem when it comes to Africa unity. Europe is the most confused continent on earth here. Despite their differences, these guys still understand the importance of unity. The smaller economies are at the mercy of the bigger economies, and all of them are moving forward together. Look at the Americans. When they met in Philadelphia, when, their leaders first met in Philadelphia, they decided to unite right away. They realized that they can be great together. So they decided to unite. And today, look at America. Look at the Chinese. The Chinese are busy trying to take Taiwan because they want to become big. When you go to Russia, the Russians refuse to allow Chechnya break away. And today, they have four new regions. If you check across the world, basically everybody, all the countries, they are uniting. Continents are uniting. But when you come to Africa, look at what we are doing. A country that is over 80% owned by Europeans see their fellow blacks, they see Nigerians, Zimbabweans, they see their fellow blacks as their major problem, and not those who own over 80% of their total lands and resources. Sometimes it pains me a lot. Look, don't get me wrong. We have a lot of South Africans who support Africa unity, who want Africa to unite. But it's rather unfortunate that there are not many. It's rather unfortunate that the blacks, who we can rely on, the blacks, whom we supported and believed that we are all blacks, we are all African, and we will fight this fight together. Sorry, they have disappointed us. To the South Africans who are against Africa unity, come close. I hope you guys remember Libya. Libya had a better economy more than you. Libyans were living good, far better than you. If Europeans leave South Africa today, they will make sure that they collapse your economy, destroy everything. South Africa is never safe. I hope you guys remember Iraq. Iraq had the best economy in the Middle East. What happened to them? Today, look at Iraq. I hope you guys remember Venezuela. These guys were doing good. Today, look at Venezuela. To my South African brothers, let me remind you guys again, South Africa is never safe. Look, just because Cape Town or, Johannesburg is developed doesn't mean that you guys have arrived. No, you still have a long way to go. If you enjoyed the content, please make sure to hit on the like button. Shalom. See you in the next episode.